Get on board.
Get on board.
Get on board.
Get on board.
Get on board with CDTA.
If you like to drive and you like people, this is the greatest job in the world. I enjoy this job. I love getting up and going out, driving the bus and meeting new people and learning all about the whole world.
I love being a bus operator. I love being there for the people and them appreciating me and feeling like I'm doing a very good job. That's what I love about being a bus operator.
Knowing that what we do affects a lot of people in the community. We get the buses out there, people need transportation. And no matter what we do, from a cleaner to a mechanic, we're providing a vehicle that's on the road. And as long as we see people in the vehicles, it's kind of rewarding.
Public transportation will always be around, hopefully. There'll always be thousands of people that are depending on me to transport them to their jobs or their house.
I actually met my wife here, who was then the HR manager, and that was 5 years ago, and we're happily married today with 5 kids.
We should probably start in 1970 when the whole idea of CDTA first came into being. And at that time there were probably at least 6 companies and independent bus lines operating in the Capital District, all of them in trouble. So the initial challenges as we started to bring these companies together were, number one, how do we get the facilities and the equipment up to an operating standard that was safe and presentable? Number two, how to unify the system. How do we make it start to look like a coordinated system and that everybody works for the same company? When I first began, my first position was manager of development, and my task was to find a way to bring the assets of all of these companies and lines together into a plan to create a single system. And I think it was about 5 years later I was appointed deputy director. And then about 5 years after that, I was appointed executive director. I had a great career here. I worked here for a lot of years. I was entrusted with important work, given some responsibility, and I was able to work with great people. A lot of whom are still my friends, and I thoroughly enjoy running into them and hearing what's going on. And if everyone could be as fortunate as me, they would be incredibly lucky. They can have a great career here.
CDTA gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. I've been with CDTA almost 4 years. I came up from the city and I started working with the disabled, but I feel like my pitch with CDTA, I always wanted to drive, and that's what I did. I drove, and I've shown everybody that I can drive, and I will continue to.
I was given an opportunity to better myself. I was given an opportunity to learn new skills, new talents, and to use them to be promoted. I was given every opportunity. I'm very grateful for those opportunities.
I started as a cleaner with no maintenance background, and I went through maintenance training, which was excellent, and then even the training to currently be accepted for this assistant superintendent.
Who knows? I could become, executive of, CDTA or something like that. But, the sky's the limit.
When you're starting out at CDTA, when you come right out of training, you must at least understand that you're going to be at the bottom and you got to pay your dues, which every driver here pays their dues. Everyone here starts at the bottom. They're not the best hours. Sometimes you have to work holidays. You have to be at work at pretty early hours sometime, and you have to work pretty late. The transportation industry is unlike any other jobs that you probably had. Our hours are different. The way we do our job is different because we make sure that people get to their jobs, and we make sure they get there safe and reliably.
One of the great things about public transit is the impact that it has on our environment. All of the jobs that we have here are considered green-collar jobs, and the reason that we call them that is because for every rider that we can get onto our bus and out of their car, it helps the environment and helps us to reduce our carbon footprint.
What I like most about my job now is I get very satisfied about being able to help people. I take a lot of pride in what I do. I have a great staff. We really get a lot out of being able to provide people the training that they need to be successful on their job, especially with today's new technology, because not only can you use a hammer and a screwdriver as we did years ago to repair a bus, now we actually have to dig out a laptop computer, sit down and go through the diagnostic software to be able to fix the new technology today.
It's people first and everything else second. And I can't think of a better place to work than an organization that puts people at the forefront of its mission, of its vision, of its values. And really, if you can't find a place here to work in a customer service environment, there's probably no place that you can go and find a better place to work.
It makes sense that when people think of CDTA, they immediately think of our bus operators because they are the face out on the street for the organization. But I like to think of CDTA as really a big puzzle. We have a lot of people doing different jobs, and each job is critical to the success of the organization.
It's a fun job. This is like one of the greatest jobs I've ever had. I get to do a lot of things. So when somebody always asks me, what's it like, I say it's a ball. I mean, I have a lot of fun. People are great, good atmosphere, like I said, great benefits. You couldn't really ask for a nicer job. The people that you work for are just phenomenal. I mean, you have fun. I mean, no matter what they are, if they're a driver, a mechanic, or office personnel, everybody gets along. I mean, it's just a great job.
They have a bonus like every 3 months. I don't think so. You could get any job anywhere here in the capital region. You get a bonus every 3 months, and that is make the driver come to work every day, and they do their job well.
They have what they call the Strive Committee, and what the Strive Committee does is they have people nominate drivers, people in maintenance, supervisors that go over and above their job description and do something that stands out to other people.
I received a Distinguished Service Award for CDTA. I went out of my means of acting in a way to help people during a bus fire, an engine fire, and I did the best that I could. And they showed me recognition, and I appreciate that from CDTA.
The most important thing that CDTA did for me in my life outside of this building and these buses is it provided me with a very reliable source of income. It was a very stable job. It allowed me to eliminate those worries and concerns that everyone seems to have on a cyclical basis, whether I'm going to have a job or not. This place is very supportive of the people that work here, and they're very conscious of the fact that we are in fact first people, and that fact that I was allowed to put those concerns of job stability out of my mind and concentrate on other things was extremely, extremely important in my personal life.
Come work for CDTA for the simple fact that in this economy, on the downside of the economy, this is one of the few industries that is not affected.
We have sick time, we have personal, we have dental, health, life, we have every benefit you could think of.
One of the great things about CDTA is the service that we provide to the Capital Region. Without our service, both fixed route as well as our STAR service, our customers may or may not have the transportation to get to wherever they need to go, be it school, doctor's appointments, their job. So it's really a critical service that we provide to the community.
There's this older gentleman gets on my bus one day, and he smiles with me, The next day he comes in, right? He comes in and he starts singing, "When we're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. And when you're laughing, oh, you're laughing, the whole world laughs with you." He starts singing this, and I start singing it with him, After the second time he sung that, every time he comes in my bus now, me and him just sings this song together, and everything. He's a cool older guy that,
So get on board with CDTA.